I'm from Canada and I live on a reserve that's about 30 minutes from any town, relatively close compared to other places I've been. It's the end of December and just getting finished with holidays and spending it relatively alone thanks to COVID. I get a call from one of my friends. He wants to go hunting. Well, that's kind of a problem cause I've never shot a gun or went hunting before. Pretty pathetic for a Native American if you ask me. But anyways, he tells me he just needs my eyes and another set of legs to help carry whatever he catches. So I agree, making one of the biggest mistakes I would come to regret. So he picks me up in his crappy old Ford truck he uses for hunting, tells me we are going deep into the bush, and we'll find a spot to camp along the way. So we drive about 20 minutes into the woods following what little road is left, and we get to a point where we have to continue on foot. We unload our gear and supplies and carry it till we find a nice clearing with room for everything. After we set up camp, we begin our trek into the woods, going farther than I had gone before. Saw a couple of bucks and rabbits, nothing too spectacular. So we keep looking cause he wants the big daddy buck, and we come to this other clearing much larger than the one we are camping at, and something about this part of the woods just feels off. It had a heavy feeling to, like the air was thick, and just a disorienting aura about this place. But we hadn't caught anything yet and we're getting hungry, so we spot a rabbit in the middle of this clearing. Buddy lines up the shot and bam, we have dinner. So being the one without the gun, I go to get our little dinner in the middle of this clearing, and I notice something odd, that it's a perfect circle. No tree stumps, no sign that any human had made this gigantic circle. I also happened to notice what looked like claw marks on the trees surrounding the area. Buddy said it's from bears sharpening claws and marking territory, but the marks were so deep into the trees it seemed off. Anyways, it's dark out now and we are back at our campsite eating and talking about how crazy this pandemic shit is. I also brought up the clearing we were at, and how weird it felt to me. I wanted to know if he felt like that too, or if I was just exaggerating. My anxiety makes me do that sometimes. To which he said, yeah. He noticed the change in the air too, and said it made him feel dizzy and worn out, but he also said it just could have been from the long day we had. So on that note, it was time for bed. We both slept in same tent. It's the middle of winter and bundling up can only do so much, plus he was like a brother to me. It had to be around 1 a.m. when we both woke up to sound of the most horrible scream I'd ever heard. What that fuck was that? Was my first though. I'm guessing my friend was thinking the thing as he looked at me with fear on his eye. No, because I was afraid too. So he grabs his gun, loads around into the thing, and we just sit there for a while and listen. Now I know my friend is at least safe, he's got a gun, but I have nothing. Fear and my anxiety start getting the better of me, so I ask, where's the hatchet we used to split wood? Out there by the fire, he said. So I tell him I'm gonna open the tent, grab the hatch, and when I jump in, you seal the thing back up. I open the tent and as fast as I can bolt to grab that hatchet. As I go to turn around, its hatchet in hand, I'm quickly greeted by my friend shoving me down by the back of my neck. He put his finger up to his mouth to tell me to be quiet, and we listen. In the distance I can hear the slow sound of crunching snow and a faint high-pitched guttural growl. Now I'm in full panic mode. We don't even have to say anything to each cause we both know our hunting trip was over, and it was time to leave. All we had to do was make it to the truck, in the dead of night. It sounded so, but it wasn't, and I knew it from the moment I heard, I'm gonna fire a warning shot, before I could even open my mouth to tell him no. It was too late. The shot rang in the distance, and for a moment there was silence. Then, we heard it. A scream, so soul-piercing it felt like it lasted forever. It definitely echoed and figured much more than this gunshot did. It was petrifying. I'd never heard such a haunting scream before. I was literally frozen in fear. Then, we could hear whatever made the scream was charging right for us with the sound of crunching snow. Getting closer and closer. We looked at each other and just ran in the direction of the truck, frantically sprinting, calling out to each other to make sure the other hadn't fallen behind. We were almost there. We kept yelling each other as we are weaving through trees, making a beeline to the truck, trying to ignore the sound of this growl that sounds like it's right in my ear. But I can see the truck. We are gonna make it. We are getting out of here. As we come up to the truck, my friend makes it to his side and unlocks both passenger and driver's side at the same time. As I open the door, he does too at the same time, and then he's gone in a flash of white. This thing had gotten him, ran at him with such force that when it tackled him, it shook the truck side to side. I stood there in shock. I call out to him, but all I can hear are screams and a couple gunshots, and then dead silence again. I know in my heart that my friend is dead, and so am I if I don't get the fuck out of here. I go over to the driver's side and find the keys on the ground. He must have let them go when he got tackled. I hop and start the damn thing, whip it around in the direction I need to get out of here. Then I saw it. Skin as white as snow, completely hairless, eyes that had sunken into its head, made dark circles around eyes that were just as white as its skin, no nose, teeth so jagged and sharp shined with the color of blood, and its lips looked like they had been chewed off, so all you're staring at is teeth. Its body was so disproportioned, long lanky limbs. This thing is blocking me from leaving, but I'm getting out of here no matter what. I floor it with the tire spinning. I shoot forward, and so does it, screaming that blood-curdling scream as it charges at me. Now I'm getting up close and personal, as this thing lunges at the truck and bounces at the hood, and over top of the truck. As I'm speeding away, I glance at the rear view mirror, and witness this thing get up, and just stand there, watching me drive off with its head tilted slightly. I knew I had just escaped death with the price of losing my friend.